Hi and welcome back. Let's talk about gel cream moisturisers. You will know I love that perfect balance between moisturisation and hydration without feeling sticky or occlusive. But where do you start? Well, I've got 8 here that are relatively new on the market, and I want to pose a question to anybody out there who's actually formulating products. Has something happened in the last 3 or 4 years that has suddenly enabled this new hybrid form of face cream to suddenly exist? Now, I've got 8 here at all different price points, but they've all got a lot of things in common. Most commonly, they are a cream delivery form or a gel cream delivery form, most commonly of hyaluronic acid, but they often have a lot of glycerin in as well. Then they've got added extras. I've gone at all price points from high street through to high end, I promise you, so I've got your back covered. They are all really excellent and well worth looking at. Why do I like them so much? Well, at this time of year, they're super important because we're probably moving out of the heavier, sort of more moisturising, occlusive form of cream and balm, and we're moving up to a lightweight, as the weather gets warmer, a lightweight gel cream formulation. These are all perfect. Some are clearly oil-free, so brilliant if you're prone to breakouts, but also for people like me who've got drier skin that wants the hydration without the sticky tackiness. Do you know what? I was trying new moisturisers yesterday, and at the end of the day, my skin felt sticky and my makeup was sliding slightly. It's not a feeling I like, despite the fact that as I get older, I've got drier skin. These little pots of Wonder Water, they literally hit the perfect balance between hydration and humectants and emollients, but without that heavy, occlusive, waxy, balmy feeling that I just don't like. Where should we start? Let's start with probably the most reasonably priced one. Yes, I think so. Let's start with that. Let's start with e.l.f. This is Holy Hydration and it's their fragrance-free version. And it's all kinds of good. It's really, really lovely. Most of you will know that e.l.f. stands for eyes, lip, face. I've spoken a lot about their makeup and I'm a huge fan of their makeup. If you're going to either introduce a younger person to makeup or you're going to experiment with new colours and you don't want to break the bank, you cannot beat e.l.f. It's an incredible company. But what's interesting is I've always been a little bit about their skincare because it's aimed at a really young audience. It tends to be slightly sickly fragranced or heavily fragranced, and that's just not for me. I get that it's not aimed at me, it's aimed at somebody that would be my daughter or even my granddaughter's age. That's fine by me. The thought that I could be a mother, let alone a grandmother. Now there's a thought. I'm more mother of cats. Anyway, this is really nice. It is £14. And it's fragrance-free, as I mentioned. It's a mixture of glycerin, squalane, peptides, hyaluronic acid, vitamin B3 and B5. So it has the niacinamide in, which is perfect for any skin that wants calming, soothing, but it's also prone to breakouts and being slightly oilier. But it's also got panthenol in, which is a soothing, calming ingredient. It's really nice. It's actually, I would say, on the heavier side of a gel cream. So it goes on, let me show you what it looks like. I love the fact that it's unfragranced. It goes on as an almost slightly rich cream, and then suddenly it transforms into a sort of liquid serum stroke gel. I really like the hybrid. I would suggest that this is probably on the heavier side of a gel cream, but is just absolutely beautiful. This is, for me, brilliant value for money. It's ticking all the boxes. It's the perfect lightweight gel moisturiser for anybody that's on a budget. I really like it. Let's go to a brand that you know I like and that I'll be really transparent about. I've worked with in the past. Yes, on this product actually, I had to think about it. But look, if I show you what this product looks like close up, you'll know that it is off my bathroom shelf. It's covered in sticky fingerprints. I absolutely love Moisture Surge, and this is Clinique Moisture Surge Intense, and it is fabulous. It's £38, so it's slightly more expensive. It's absolutely loaded with hyaluronic acid. It is a proper gel, so we're getting lighter weight here. This is a lighter weight texture. It feels more like a jelly when it goes on the skin, so we're going slightly lighter here. Perfect for all skin types, but my God, does it deliver hydration over a long period of time. It's really beautiful. It's also got caffeine in, so it's quite nice at sort of giving your skin a slight sort of, if you're like me and you might not be like me. You might wake up with one of those faces that was just born to live. My face takes a while to settle into itself. It's a little bit puffy, and it has been like that my whole life. It's a little bit puffy, a little bit sluggish, so caffeine gives your skin that sort of little kick that basically just slightly boosts superficial lymphatic drainage. It's really lovely. I actually use this right up around my eyes, down onto my neck, down onto my chest, everywhere. It's really lovely. It's also got aloe vera in 3 types of lipids, and it's also got cica. Now, cica is something that's very interesting, and I think the reason that Clinique has got cica in it, and it's a green plant that it's often used in Chinese herbalism. I won't say Chinese medicine, because Chinese medicine tends to have a sort of reputation for using animal extracts. This is obviously a plant extract. They call it tiger balm, but I've noticed that tigers in Asia rub themselves on this plant if they're injured, and it has a soothing, calming effect. And the reason that you'll find it, I mean, you can find it, you definitely can find it in the L'Oreal group, but the reason you'll find it in the Estee Lauder group is because Estee Lauder bought Dr. Jart, and then they created an entire cica range. The under eye tinted eye cream, which I need to show you live on camera to getting rid of dark circles, is amazing. So look at the Dr. Jart range as well. But that's one of the reasons why cica is now a sort of standard, slight herbal anti-inflammatory in a lot of the Lauder group products. Let's move on to AHC. Now, AHC is Korea's #1 hyaluronic acid range. It is to Korea what Hada Labo is to Japan. And I've been a huge fan of AHC for a long time. They've just gone into Superdrug, which is all kinds of excitement. And this is a really beautiful cream. This is $23.99, and this is the hyaluronic cream. And it's essentially, they call it an overnight cream for enriched hydration. There's nothing on this that makes you use it at night. It hasn't got any retinol in, don't worry. A lot of these night masks, sleeping masks, are simply gel cream moisturisers designed to be applied a little bit more thickly. I use this morning and night. It's really lovely. It's got 3 different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid, loaded with niacinamide. It also has glycerin and ceramides in. It's really, really, really lovely. It's a nice product. Very interestingly, a lot of them have that little extra layer in, and I tell you why. It's because that gel cream is prone to, and this is a proper gel as well, so we're going even lighter in texture here, which is that this texture, I suspect, comes from Korea and Japan, where it's beloved, and it's why I love it as well. This is a proper gel, and it can be applied thickly at night, but I also apply it during the day, and it just is essentially a serum in a gel form. Gorgeous, really, really, really lovely. If you're not familiar with AHC, go and check it out. They have a really iconic, they call it the face eye cream, and it's basically the technology of an eye cream but designed to be used all over your face. But that actually is my favourite product in the range. I really like it, and just available in Superdrug. You'll find it elsewhere as well. I think you'll find it in Look Fantastic, maybe Cult Beauty. Check out AHC. Anyway, it's interesting. Let's look at a little bit more high street. L'Oreal Revitalift have got this. Now, what's interesting about Revitalift is, and the entire Revitalift filler range is essentially based around hyaluronic acid, because the idea is that if you don't want injectables, you can get hyaluronic acid. Well, a hyaluronic acid in a cream is never going to imitate what you do when you have Profilo or you have filler or anything like that. I mean, it's a little bit marketing, but it's still a nice product. Don't dismiss it just because it says Revitalift filler, and originally, do you remember, it was delivered in sort of a mock syringe. The entire range, the hyaluronic acid in the serum is really nice. I mentioned it last week's video. No, where did I mention it? I mentioned it on Instagram. I did a best buys under £25 on Instagram last week, and I mentioned the new hyaluronic acid serum, which is a 2% hyaluronic acid serum. This is their gel cream, and it's really interesting. It has 3 different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid and glycerin. It's a little bit more of a cream than a gel. It's $19.99. It is lightly fragranced, but it's just really nice. It's a super lightweight moisturiser, highly recommended. Get all your hyaluronic acid in. You could top it over a hyaluronic acid serum or use it on its own. And the glycerin just locks that in. You know that glycerin and hyaluronic acid are both humectants. What they do is they trap water into the skin. And how did I once describe them? Hyaluronic acid is Gigi and Bella Hadid, the new kid on the block. Glycerin is Cindy Crawford and Linda Evangelista, so my generation. It's been around a long time. Never dismiss glycerin. It's a really important ingredient and my skin absolutely loves it. And that combination of hyaluronic acid and glycerin means you don't get that sticky tight feeling with hyaluronic acid, which you can get with a lot of single molecular hyaluronic acids. Right, moving across, let's look at Fenty. And I showed you this in my what's coming in 2021. And since then I've tested it and I've tried it and I really like it. And this is Fenty Instant Reset. I love it, not least of all because it is refillable. The packaging is really cool. If you lift up this side, you've got a little spatula. And I'm not a fan of spatulas in creams. I'm like, what's the point? But then I read all the details and I heard Rihanna speak about this. It's got a little mirror as well. And what's interesting is it's long nail friendly, because if you look at Rihanna, she's got those amazing gel nails and she obviously doesn't want to stick her nails in cream. So suddenly it made sense to me. Sometimes a middle-aged lady just needs educating, Rihanna, and I'm here for you. What you do is you open the top up and then what you've got is a gel cream. And I think it's an interesting one. It's fairly reasonably priced. It's £38, although it doesn't contain as much as you think because it is refillable, but it is refillable and that's really important. And it has vitamin B3 and B5, so it has both the niacinamide and the panthenol, so good for enlarged pores, good for barrier repair function, good for soothing. 2 different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid, aloe, and then it has a lot of very lightweight plant seed oils, things like melon seed oil and stuff like that, but they are super lightweight and it is lightly fragranced. So probably not good if you're prone to breakouts, but Rihanna talks about using it at night, but I do think it can be used morning and night. A lot of these, it's marketing whether they decide they're morning and night. I mean, if they have an SPF in, which as far as I'm concerned, I don't think any of these have an SPF in them. If they have an SPF in, if a moisturiser has an SPF in, you use it in the morning. If it has retinol, you use it at night. Otherwise, really? It's like saying the difference between a neck cream and a face cream. There really is no difference, trust me. It's just marketing. It's clever marketing. Or not so clever marketing if I can see through it. Anyway, so don't worry about that. It's like an Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. Everybody knows you can use that in the morning as well. It's just a really great hydrating serum. Let's look at Skin Proud. Now, Skin Proud is a really interesting range. I hadn't seen it before. It's due, or it was due to land at Boots, but yeah, I did a Google search. I couldn't find it, but you'll be able to find it on ASOS as well. It's a vegan range. By the way, Elf is also vegan, which is really important for a lot of people. It's a vegan range. It's got a really nice range of really reasonably priced active-led products. It markets it as clean, and you know, I have a problem with clean. The whole goopification, pooshification of skincare and beauty drives me bonkers. There's no such thing as dirty beauty. There's no such thing as clean beauty. It's crazy. But I know a lot of young people buy into that marketing. Anyway, this is Sorbet Skin. It's $13.99 and it's a proper gel, like full on gel, more gel than moisturiser. It's completely oil free. It's got hyaluronic acid in. It's a proper gel, if you look at that. I mean, it's lightly fragranced. I personally don't get the pink thing, but like I said, it's not being aimed at me. But I know that I have followers of all ages following me, and you might be watching this and thinking, right, how can I deliver some hydration into my daughter's or my son's skin without them breaking out? Then that's the product for you. Really nice packaging. I like what they're doing. I just wish I love the vegan thing, obviously. I love the active ingredients led. I love the price point. I just wish everybody would walk away very politely from the EWG, the Environmental Working Group, and the clean thing. Let's look at Summer Fridays. We're going slightly more upmarket now in terms of price because we're talking at £39. You know I love a lot of the Summer Fridays products. I absolutely love the amino acid face wash. Anyway, this is beautiful as well. This is Cloud Dew. It's £39. It's a combination of 2 hyaluronic acids, it has ceramides, and it's absolutely loaded with amino acids. And amino acids are the protein building blocks that your skin needs, and they're found naturally in your skin's natural moisturising factor. So this is just a really beautifully formulated moisturiser, it really is, and it's a full-on gel. Lightly fragranced, but I mean very, very, very lightly fragranced. I really like what Summer Fridays are doing, and I think it belies the fact that it's forming middle market, so it's coming in the same price as Clinique, which is where I think the heartland of skincare lies, rather than being super expensive. But it's available at places, I mean, I think it would normally be available at Selfridges when Selfridges is open, and Space NK, but it's also available online as well. Look at Summer Fridays. It's a really interesting brand to watch. I like it. And I'm going to end on a high note here. This is so interesting. Now, again, I should be completely transparent. I helped Terry launch this. We did a live YouTube launch last Friday. So I have worked with this brand, but I will only work with the brand that I know and trust. I think Terry de Gunsberg is a really interesting woman. Terry de Gunsberg, founded by Terry, and she was one of the first people to ever use a hyaluronic acid in a powder. And if you ever go on counter and feel her hyaluronic powder, it looks and feels like white flour. It goes beautifully on the skin, but as you feel it, it almost bursts micronized capsules of hyaluronic acid. And she was the first person to talk openly about that hybrid of using hyaluronic acid molecules in makeup. So she has concealers, foundations, the whole range, and powders. But what I love about this, yes, it's quite expensive, and it's the global face cream. So it's high end. So we're talking Space NK, we're talking department stores here. But as far as I can tell, it's the first time that ever anything has been so clearly labelled as to the active ingredients you're getting. And I spoke to Terry about it, and she said she had an epiphany in lockdown where she thought, you know, the first lockdown, I think said she was pampering her skin left, right and centre. And then when it became much more of a sort of daily grudge, she just wanted a one pot wonder that gave her skin everything she needed. This is it. If you don't want 8 different steps in your skincare, if you just want a skincare cream from a company that you know, that you trust, that can be used around the eye, on the neck, on the lips, can be put on thickly as a mask, can be layered under makeup beautifully, this is it. It has 8 different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid. I personally do not know of a single product that has that many different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid. It has 2 high that sit on the surface that give immediate hydration, 2 medium and 4 low that go deeper within the skin to basically lock in the water. But it's also got 5% squalene and 5% niacinamide. They're high levels. That's essentially your eye cream, your lip cream, your face cream, your mask, your serums, all locked into one gel cream, and it is a really lovely gel cream texture. It's also unfragranced, which is quite unusual for By Terry. Like I said, you know, personally, I love the range. I love her products, but I'm aware of the fact that not that many people can afford them and that they're a luxury. This, to me, even though it's quite expensive, what you're doing is you're basically adding in a hyaluronic acid, 2 different types of hyaluronic acid serum, a niacinamide serum, plus your squalene moisturizer, all at the same time. And it's sort of going back to the idea of a simple one step that suits everybody. So it will suit guys and women and teenagers. It will suit everybody. It's a lovely product. It's a lovely product as a treat. I'm just letting you know. But they are all gel creams. They're all new generation textures. Some of them are lighter and definitely more gel. In terms of a gel, I think probably we're talking the Skin Proud, the Summer Fridays and the Aqualuronic are all definite pure gels. They really are. And then as you head up the moisturising, you're probably going to By Terry and Clinique and then L'Oreal, then probably a little bit more moisturising, you're getting Fenty Skin, and then you're getting the e.l.f., which means the e.l.f. actually packs more of a traditional moisturiser, bang for its buck, than all the others, and is the most reasonably priced. I would recommend all of them. I would quite happily use all of them to the last drop. They fall into that category of that new generation gel cream, which I love. What they're delivering is they're delivering hits of humectants, lots of hyaluronic acid, lots of different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid, and then they have added benefits. So that some of them deliver peptides, some of them deliver niacinamide, some of them deliver panthenol. You're looking at that traditional form of what a lot of people would just think of as being a moisturiser, so being a little bit bland and uninteresting, but they're not. They're stepping up and delivering things that you'd normally find in serums, but in a lightweight gel texture that just feels more pleasant to use. I think a lot of people have trouble with hyaluronic acid serums, that they leave them sticky and unpleasant. These are all an absolute dream and are perfect for this time of year when you're looking to lighten up your skincare, knowing that spring and then summer is on the horizon. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon.